Hello, welcome back for another video, and it's another in the series of cheap, obscure guitars that don't suck, question mark. This isn't obscure really, so, well, some are, some aren't. Right, we're looking today at this. This is a Stagg. Don't know much about the company. I believe they were formed in the 70s, started off in Japan. They're taken over in 1995 by a Belgian company, quite a big company, quite a good concern, and they seem to have got it right. Their aim would appear to be make really good quality but lower end, when I say lower end I mean lower priced equipment, and I think they're sticking to that format. They make a range of acoustic guitars, electric guitars and amps and other bits and pieces. I've not tried one before, so I can't tell you my findings until today. Now this is my friend's guitar. There's no model number on it, and it doesn't have anything about it. I can't tell you anything about it, and it's not even in their current catalogue list, so make of that what you will, but it is a Stagg, so we're going to do it anyway. It looks like it's based on it's kind of like the BC Rich Warlock kind of look. That's what it's kind of got about it, hasn't it? So we're going in a bit blind on this, so what can I tell you about it? We'll start with the neck. Now it seems really nicely done. Yeah, no sharp frets at all. 22 frets I think, is it? 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24 frets, okay. They don't look particularly jumbo sized or anything like that. I'm about to give this a service and a setup because it needs new strings. These are a little bit tired and the action's a little high, so I will be doing that, and I'll let you know how I got on with that. I won't film it, I've done that to death. So I can tell you then what I feel about the tuners and things, but neck wise it looks like it's Laurel, something like that. It doesn't look rich enough to be rosewood, but it's got a nice fine grain, so it looks nicely done. There is a little scarf joint in the neck here, and there's nothing to worry about with that. Some high-end guitars still do that. Obviously a maple neck, and it is super slick and smooth. Feels really good. I think it's going to be quite a nice guitar to play. Fairly slim neck, kind of, I think it's a D, yeah, D-shaped neck. I don't know what the fretboard profile is. If I can get a measurement of that, I'll let you know. Body-wise, I'll tell you what that is once I take the covers off and have a look, see whether it's plywood or whether it's basswood or something else. But just have a little close-up look at that. I mean, it is nicely finished off. Now he's got this second hand. I don't know what he paid for it, but a lot of the stuff they make seems to be around the sort of 150, 170 quid mark for electrics. So they're certainly in the budget end, and this looks quite nicely put together. It's got a tremolo bridge here, a 6 mount as well. I don't have the arm for it. I can see if I've got one to fit, and obviously twin humbucker pickups, selector switch, so obviously you can have neck, bridge and then both pickups, and a single volume and a single tone control, so fairly straightforward. That's enough waffle on it. Remember timestamps, you can always just flick to the bits you want to see. So I'm going to get this on the bench and put new strings on it, and then we'll see what it sounds like. Let's get to it. Well, just before we get into the playing of it, I'm also going to show you the measurements of the pickups. When I was setting it up, I became more and more convinced that the fretboard is actually rosewood. It's such a tight grain, really smooth, really nice. I was looking up some specs on other guitars to try and find out what the body is on this. I believe it is solid woods, and here's a picture of the other side. Sorry, here's a picture of the cavity for the controls, and you can just make out there's a sandwich. So it's basically it's split along here, and there's two pieces of wood to make up the body. Not unusual. It actually shows how good the paint job is, because I can't see any seams. In a lot of cheap guitars you can really see the lines where wood's joined together. Not so on the Staggs. Pretty good. Just to show you the rear cavity as well there for the springs and the tremolo. Quite nicely done. There's no noise suppression of any sort in there. There's no fall or anything like that. Doesn't seem to need it. Okay, let's just have a quick look at the pickup measurements. And here's another quick pick of the pickups when I took them out. Nothing on the back of them, nothing to give them away. They're not potted. They're quite well wound, and then they're taped with cloth tape. That's about as much as I can tell you. So let's look at the readings, and then we'll stop the waffle and get plugged in. Okay, let's just take a quick look at the pickup readings. So in the neck position we've got 8.2 8K, so 8.3K. Both pickups 5.38, and the bridge pickup seems quite hotly wound, 14.9K. Okay, let's get this plugged in. Okay, so what's my thoughts on my first trial of a Stagg? Pretty good, actually. Yes, it's a budget guitar. I need these things around the 150 quid mark, I think, generally. Like I say, this one isn't in the current catalogue, or I couldn't find it. So second hand, you're probably going to pick one of these up for 60, 70 quid, maybe less. Pretty good. Tuners. Now, when I set them up, they do have that budget feel to them. They work perfectly well. There's nothing wrong with them, but they do lack that little bit of precision that you get on guitars that are a little bit more expensive. But hey, we can't beat ourselves up over that, can we? You know, it's a budget guitar. What do we expect? It held tune overnight. I put new strings on it, and I played it a bit yesterday, just to bed the strings in. picked it up this morning and it's still in tune, so they do the job, don't they? What can I say about it? Yeah, it's quite a playable guitar. The neck's a little bit slim for me. Those who watch my channel a lot know I bat on about this bloody hand issue I have, so I find fatter necks slightly better and easier to play for me, but that's just a personal thing. There's nothing wrong with this at all. It's a very slick neck to play. It's got a good feel to it. Now I've lowered the action on it and it's got better strings. I don't think it sounds bad either. You noticed on the out jam I backed off the tone a little bit because in the room to me it's just sounding a little harsher. Kind of, I know they're budget pickups, but they're not bad, and that just kind of rounded it off a little bit. I don't know if it really noticed on the video, but it certainly did to me with the playing and the feel of it. So I'd like to try another Stagg, I really would. Looking at some of their specs for what they're charging, like I say, mostly around the 150-ish mark, 155, you're kind of there with decent Squires and stuff like that. So it's a competitive area of the market, so they've got to stand out. Yeah, I'd like to try another one. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed some of that. More videos coming up, so please stay tuned for that. And thanks very much for watching, and we'll catch up again soon. Bye now.